Hello everyone. If you've been wondering why I have been doing more talking style videos as opposed to my usual girl about town vlogs, great question. Basically, over the last couple of weeks, the numbers have been spiking a little bit in Seoul and the greater area, and now sort of all over Korea. So with that, the government has been raising the warning level and sort of the restrictions that we have here. So as of Tuesday of this week, I actually am no longer at work. I still have a job. I just am not working. I am staying home. So yeah, I had to do this at the beginning of the year when I first got here. But when I first got here, I didn't know the city. I didn't have any friends. I was still adjusting. So it was totally fine for me to just sit in my apartment for like 2 weeks. I enjoyed it so much. It's definitely harder this time around. I'm really looking forward to being able to go back to making those videos, but right now it's probably gonna be a lot of this. Yeah. Today, instead of just talking at you, I thought that I might show you what I do in these 4 walls. I mean, it's really not that exciting, but so it looks like today might be a little more interesting than I thought. I was just hanging out, waiting to Skype my parents, and I heard this really loud bang come from my fridge. I guess the giant piece of ice that was in the back of my fridge finally dislodged itself from the wall. But anyways, now I have to figure out how to get this glacier out of my fridge. I don't know where I'm gonna put it. In the shower? Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. So my fridge is not cold, like, at all. Like I can hear it going, I'm sure you can too, but it's just literally not cold in here anymore. I just finished cleaning out the fridge, and honestly, the thing that I'm most worried about is that it's not going to get cold again, because I literally just, like yesterday, just ordered a bunch of food on Coupon Fresh, and now I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I can hear it humming, so I'm gonna give it a while. Maybe it will start getting cold again. Maybe that big ice shelf was like blocking something that was like important for the cooling process. I don't know. I just really, 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 really hope that it starts to get cold. My fridge is not cold, and I just ordered a shit ton of food. Yeah, what am I gonna do?
Okay, good luck. I'll call you later. Bye.
Bye. Love you. So I just got a text message that my coupon order has arrived. So let's see how badly this is actually gonna hurt. Ugh. The package doesn't feel cold, which is reassuring. Maybe all the stuff that needed to be in the fridge was what actually arrived for me last night, but let's see. No, there's an ice pack in here. Got ham and cheese croissant and some salads. The salad surely will be fine. There's like nothing really that can like, oh no, this definitely has chicken on it, doesn't it? Well, since they're probably gonna go bad anyways, I might as well start with a croissant for breakfast. I'm like sincerely concerned that it keeps making banging noises. Oh wait, no, I just got, the banging noise was another delivery. This is what I was intending to have for breakfast this week. They are like granola bars, oat bars, things that I really like. But I'm not gonna have this today because these are non-perishable. Back to my perishables. Days when the fine dust and the smog is really bad, like today, then I don't feel so bad about being inside either. Usually from my apartment, I can see Latte Tower, which is like a big landmark here, super, super, super tall tower in downtown. Right now, I can't see 3 apartment buildings past my house, which is pretty bad. My second coffee of the day. I actually recently just got this Nescafe Dolce Gusto machine, and I quite like it. I had a Nescafe back home, or an espresso back home in Canada, which was good, and I liked it, but I didn't like having to buy milk because the only thing I have milk with is my coffee. And so I was like wasting a ton of milk. So instead I got this Nescafe Dolce Gusto here because you can get like, what are these called? Cartridges? Capsules. You can get capsules for it that like have the milk, or it's not, obviously not real milk, it's like powdered milk, but so I've been having these caramel macchiato ones that are like Starbucks brand. So the first one you put in is the milk powder, milk byproduct. I'm not entirely sure how they make it. And then the brown one is the coffee. So then you put the coffee one in second. I don't particularly like having to use 2 capsules, but I ordered some capsules for like a flat white that's just 1 capsule, so I think that has the milk powder and the coffee together. We'll see how I like those when they arrive, and then maybe I'll feel like a little bit better, but still pretty horrible about it. I also like him because I think he looks like a tiny robot with like a water jetpack. So another thing that I have to do while I'm on this vacation, not a vacation, is I have to finish report cards. So they were supposed to be due this week, but obviously because we're not in school, they got pushed. So I'm gonna write some report cards now. I truly live a very exciting life. So here's a great example of why teaching in Korea is so different. I literally just got a message like 30 seconds after I said I was gonna go have a nap that I am actually supposed to come in today. So things do change on the fly, like rather quickly out here, so you definitely have to be adaptable. I'm not exactly sure what we're going in to discuss. It doesn't seem like we're picking up homework. I think they want to talk to us about maybe actually starting online classes, so we'll see what it's about. It is time for me to head into the school now to find out what is going on, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'll let you know what's up. I might be stuck there for the rest of the day. We shall find out shortly. So it's a couple hours after you last saw me. I have been to the school and back now, and next week's gonna be a little bit different. I'm actually really happy
because I have something to do again, which is wonderful. But basically we're going to be filming our lessons. We won't be doing online Zoom. But now that means I have the lesson plan. So yeah, now I'm gonna spend my whole evening and probably entire weekend lesson planning and marking homework, which, I mean, I basically just had 3 days off, so it's nice to be back in the groove of things, but I underestimated the volume of homework I would have. I would show all of it to you, but the school's name is on it, so. But just believe me when I was like walking home from the school with a massive pile of homework. But I was bored, I needed something to do, so at least now I have something to do. I hope you enjoyed this look at a day in my life. It did not go the way I was expecting it to go. If you did enjoy this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you really liked it, ding ding, hit the notification bell. And I will see you next time. Have a great day, night, week. Bye.